The first few weeks of your birth, if you are rearing from a day-old chick, is very important for a poultry farm business owner. This can greatly affect your business. The overall health and well-being of the birds are majorly dependent on the first 2 weeks of the bird's life. In today's video, I shall be discussing brooding with you. So watch to the end so you can learn how to brood your chicks correctly and thereby having a good yield in your poultry farming business. So guys, if you are new to this channel, then you are welcome. On this channel, we discuss poultry farm as a business, and I share tips and strategies that I use to run my poultry farm business in Nigeria. Even though I've not been on the farm for close to 1 year now, yes, I run my farm remotely. So subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icon to be reminded when I upload a new helpful video. Don't forget to give me a like if you find this video helpful. And guys, I love comments very much because I connect with my audience through the comment section. I respond to all my comments, so please leave me comments. You can request for anything you need and ask any question you have. I promise to answer them to the best of my ability and experience. Hello guys, you're welcome to today's video. This is Oche from Broiler Farms. Okay, today's video will be talking about brooding, and today's video is a response to a request in the comment section. So without wasting much time, let's go into the topic for today, because I'm going to be a little bit more detailed. All right. So first of all, what you need to know is poultry farming is a business. Anybody going into poultry farming is going into it to make money, right? And if you don't take all the precautions, just as you do in any kind of business you want to do, you run into great loss, and nobody wants to lose in a business. So take everything concerning poultry farming serious if you want to be profitable in poultry farming, right? Now I'm going to tell you some of the disadvantages of improper brooding, and I'm going to tell you the advantages of proper brooding. But first of all, what is brooding? Brooding is that crucial first few days after hatchery where you give the birds intensive care and supplementary heat, because at that stage the birds cannot regulate their body temperature. So what are the disadvantages of improper brooding? If your brooding is not done properly, the first disadvantage is poor health. The birds will develop poor health. They will be falling sick every now and then. Okay, so if brooding is not done properly, it will lead to a breakdown of their immune system, and they easily fall sick when they are attacked by diseases. All right, now the second disadvantage of improper brooding is reduced growth, right? Most of them will have stunted growth. If you are expecting like 2.5 kg at 5 weeks or 6 weeks, you are not going to get to that weight because their growth will be reduced, because indirectly they will have low feed conversion, which is another disadvantage. Okay, disadvantage number 3 is low feed conversion. Their bodies, they will not be able to convert the feed very well when you brood them improperly. Okay, also the fourth disadvantage is high mortality rate. You see them dying very often because their immune system is broken down. They don't convert food properly, so a lot of things is going wrong in their system. They'll just keep dying one after the other. Then there are some diseases that can attack them easily, like dermatitis. That is when it's usually called foot rot, when the litter is not properly done. Okay, and also coccidiosis can attack them when the litters are not properly done. So with that being said, what is then the advantages of proper brooding? Okay, the first one is they'll have better immune system. That is, they'll have good livability. They'll have good growth because their immune system could resist some certain kind of diseases that will attack them. Okay, then they'll have proper growth. Stunted growth will be reduced when they have a good immune system, right? You can see that one of the advantages lead to another, just like one of the disadvantages also lead to another, right? So also the third one is good feather production. Feather is used for insulation, right? Protecting them from the cold weather. So if you don't brood them well, you see that they'll have a very scanty feather production, which is not a good thing. Okay, then the fourth is they'll have active digestive system, which will lead to a very good food conversion rate, right? Food conversion ratio. Their body will be able to convert the food well into the body meat, right? So this is very important. Okay, then also they'll have good livability. They will not fall sick and die easily. You will not lose a lot of birds when you do proper brooding. Then if you are rearing layers, it will lead to good egg production when they start laying. Because of proper brooding, they are going to lay very good quality eggs, right? And it's going to boost your business. So don't take brooding for granted. Take every processes I'll be showing you in this video very serious, and please watch the video to the end. All right, because I'll be sharing important tips and strategies with you on this video. So guys, if you are finding value in this video already, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification icon so that you get notified whenever I release a good video like this. Okay, and don't forget, leave a comment in the comment section. Whatever video you want me to make, just leave it in the comment section. This video right now is a response to a request from the comment section. Then also guys, don't forget to like this video if you find the content very useful. It will help the YouTube algorithm to push it out to other people. All right, so you are indirectly also helping others to get this information. So let's go to some things that you need to consider when it comes to brooding. The first one is temperature, the second one is bedding, the third one is lighting, and the last one is feed and water. These four are very important. These four things are very important when it comes to brooding, and I'm going to break them for you one after the other. But I'm going to explain to you using the procedures I use on my farm. Okay, in case you are new to the channel, I run a farm in Port Harcourt while I work here in the Middle East. So I run the farm remotely, but I was able to implement a system on the farm where the workers there follow strictly, and I have working instructions and procedures, and I have records on the farm for easy adaptation and easy reporting. Okay, so I'm going to use one of these documents, okay, which is the working instruction and procedure on my farm, to explain the brooding for you. I'm going to use it to explain these four important things to you when it comes to brooding. So let's get to that document now. Okay guys, I'm sharing my screen with you now, and I told you I'm going to be using the brooding section of my document. So this is a document I use on my farm. This is my email address. You can contact me if you download this document. You can contact me from this email address. Okay, and there is another way you can contact me through my WhatsApp number. I will show you how to do that shortly. Okay, so this is the procedure I'm using on my farm. Okay, this is what I'll be using to discuss the topic of brooding with you. So if you don't know how to get this document, because I've had a lot of comments asking me how to get this document, if you watch any of my video, so when you go to the description of the video, this is my recent video. Okay, and after the normal description of the video, you see for personal inquiry and assistance, you can contact me. So using this link, you can contact me directly. Okay, this link leads to my WhatsApp number and some other links that I use for my farm business. Okay, then if you want to order the old chick and other agricultural equipment, this is a link that you can use to order. These guys are deliver nationwide in Nigeria. I've been using these guys for like 4 years now, and they've been very reliable. Okay, I'm an affiliate to them, so guys, do well to use my link so that I can benefit from sharing this information with you. Okay, so then I made a video concerning poultry diseases, and I created a PDF for that for the diseases. So you can get that document from here. From this link, you can get that poultry disease manual. Okay, then this document I'm sharing with you now, this is where I am taking you to. This document I'm sharing with you now, you can get it from this link. Get free document on farm management system here. So you can get this document I'm sharing with you now from this link. All right, because a lot of people have been asking me on the comment section, how can I get the farm procedure? This is the link for farm procedure from this link here. Okay, then I also made a video concerning chicken droppings, and I created a PDF for that. So this is the PDF that can help you identify the chicken droppings, so you can diagnose some ailment from the chicken droppings. Okay, and I also have a Facebook group. You can join the Facebook group from here. where I share good information with the group members. Okay, most of the people that have contacted me in the comment section, they've also logged on. They've also joined this group, and it has been an interactive group. So you can as well join this group. All right. So let's go back to the document now. Okay. So this is the document we are going to use for this discussion. Now, I told you the 4 important things you need to consider when it comes to brooding is: number 1, the temperature; number 2, the litter; number 3, the lighting; number 4, the food and water. Okay, so as I explained to you, you are going to see how those 4 things are being embedded in this work instruction. Okay guys, I did not add this section in the work instruction. Okay, but you need to do this. I always do this even though it's not in the working procedure. So when I update the working procedure, I'm going to add this. So the first thing you need to do is to disinfect the house. You can see my worker disinfecting the house in this video. What I use to disinfect the house is Izal and chlorine bleach. You can as well use Dettol if you have Dettol, but right now I'm using Izal and chlorine bleach to disinfect the house. So if you're a new farmer, you need to do this on your farm. And even if you're an old farmer, and this is very, very important, if you're an old farmer, if you're changing your flock, make sure you do this before you bring in a new batch of flock. Very, very important. All right. So let's go back to our discussion using the manual. So now I said brooding shall be provided for chicks from day 1 to day 14. That is 2 weeks. I brood my chickens for 2 weeks. I don't know about other people. Anything I'm telling you now is what I have done practically on my farm. Whatever I share on this video is what I have done practically on my farm. So I brood for 2 weeks. Okay. So before arrival of the birds, you people should take note of this. Before arrival of your birds, the brooder shall be prepared as follows. Litter shall be evenly spread in the brooder, and the depth of the litter shall not be less than 4 inches. Note this depth. 1, with this depth, the litter is going to remain dry for a very long time, right? You don't need to change the litter every time. And when the litter is dry, you know, some of the diseases will not be able to grow inside the litter. All right. So make sure the litter is this thick, and it's also going to provide a good insulation between the chick's body and the floor. Okay, especially when they are in the brooding stage. So having this thickness will make the litter dry always, and it is also going to insulate the body of the chicken well from the cold concrete floor, in case you are using concrete or whatever kind of floor you are using for your brooder. Okay, then the second part of this number 2 instruction is the entire perimeter of the brooder shall be covered with plastic sheets to minimize heat loss from outside the brooder. Okay, now normally the design of poultry cages in a place like Africa, most especially when it comes to small scale poultry farm, we make a fence. We make the wall as short as possible. Then we use a chicken wire or any other kind of wire mesh to complete it, right? So if you are brooding and you are brooding in such places, you need to prevent heat loss, right? And cold air from entering into the brooder. So on my farm, I use plastic sheets to cover around the brooder. That is to cover the areas where we have the wire mesh to reduce the heat loss from the brooder. Okay, so that is what I do. So find a way to reduce heat loss from your brooder. Then water containing glucose and vitamins shall be available inside the brooder. So this is before bringing them in. You understand? So the multivitamin and the glucose, which is supposed to be administered to them on arrival, should be readily available. Normally, they will call you, the DOC suppliers will call you and tell you that your chicks are arriving on this particular day. In that morning, you get all these things mixed and you have their water and their feeder ready for them inside the brooder. Then the heating source. Heating source shall be available inside the brooder. The heating source could be coal pot. Coal pot. There is this I don't know if it's in another part of the world, but in Nigeria we have coal pot where we light we use charcoal for heating. Okay, we use it for cooking, but you can also use it for heating the brooder. Okay, you can use coal pot, you can use kerosene stove, right? You can use gas heater, you can use electric bulb. That is electric bulb with tungsten coil inside. Those are the kind of one that can generate heat. All right, so you can use any of these, but on my farm I use coal pot and kerosene stove, right? Most times I use coal pot, but there are some times when the charcoal will finish without notice. If you have workers working for you, sometimes they could behave funny, and I have this kerosene stove for backup. So in case the charcoal finish, they will put the kerosene stove for backup. Then pending when we supply a new charcoal. Okay. Then brooding paper shall be placed on litter for the first 1 week. Brooding paper shall be placed on litter for the first 1 week. Okay, so that the essence of this brooding paper is while they are still young, the birds cannot differentiate the feed from the sawdust, in case we are using sawdust, or even the wood shavings, the small particles of wood shavings. They can still feed on them because they will not be able to differentiate the feed from the wood shaving, especially on day one. All right, so that is why I use brooding paper. You spread the brooding paper around the brooder. Then even when feeding them, since they will not be able to identify the feeders immediately, you can sprinkle you can spread the food on the ground for them, all right, so that they'll have easy access to feed. So you can spread the feed on the brooding paper for them. The brooding paper I use are old newspapers, textbooks, and exercise books. There are brooding papers that they actually sell, right? But I have these ones readily available from from newspapers and textbooks that are old in my house. Okay, so I use them instead of just wasting them like that. Then the brooder paper should be changed every morning. Okay, it's an instruction. Some people can leave brooding paper for close to 3 days, right, 4 days, but I don't practice that on my farm. I change them every morning, right, because sometimes the feed pours on the paper and they still eat from the ground. So it's better I change the brooding paper so that they will not start feeding on their droppings. Okay, so I change the brooding paper every day. So it's an instruction I left for my workers on the farm, and it is being recorded. Whenever it is done, it is being recorded. Now the brooding temperature shall be maintained at 30 to 34 degrees Celsius. The range is long, but initially the first stage should be like 31 to 34 thereabouts, but I'm putting this range so that it will be easy for those guys working for me to maintain. All right, so if they have anything between 30 to 34, it's okay. All right, or by observation of the chicks' movements towards the heat source. If the chicks move towards the heat source, it means the heat source is not enough. They are struggling to get more heat, right? And if they move away from the heat source, it means that the heat is too much, and they are running away from the heat source. So ideally, they are supposed to be scattered evenly on the farm. I'm going to show you a picture of how this is supposed to be. Okay, so this is how they are supposed to be distributed. Okay, so now you can see from the keys here, this is the chicks, these yellow dots, and this red bigger dot is the brooding heat. Okay, so if they are like this, it means they are okay, they are evenly scattered, right? Then you observe constant chipping, chicks evenly spread. You see them evenly spread. But when they are moving close to the heat source, it means the environment is too cold or the heat source is not enough. Then you see them trying to huddle, and they'll become very noisy. Okay, this area now is when there is draft. Okay, draft means wind. Okay, so if the wind is too much and is blowing the heat to a particular direction, they all tends to go and gather at that direction where the wind is blowing the heat to, right? That is why you need to cover your brooder. That is why I said I covered my brooder with plastic sheets. Okay, so you cover your brooder to reduce the draft, to reduce the wind moving the heat source. Okay, then if the place is too hot, you can see them, they are running away from the heater. They'll be spread away from the heater. Okay, then if the light is not evenly spaced, this is for lighting now. If they don't have enough light, they will all tend to move where there is light, right? Because that's where they can see and eat. So you have to make the light in the brooder evenly spread. Okay, so this is another form of explaining this. Okay, so let's go back to the document now. Then number 5 instruction here is feed shall always be available for the chicks during brooding. Feed shall always be available for the chicks during brooding. This should be ensured. Then record of the quantity of feed given to brooding chicks per day shall be generated and maintained. This is very important. All this is part of the document that they keep for me every day. They send a picture of it to me every day. Okay, the feed per day per chick as stated in the chick's performance table shall be followed. I left the document in the description telling you, giving you about performance objective for ROS 308. Okay, I got that document from my chick supplier. So if you use if you use the chick supplier I told you about in the description, you are going to get all those documents, and a lot more helpful documents are going to be sent to you. So do well to follow my link and use those chick suppliers. Okay, so this record I'm going to show you. Let me show it to you. So if you download this document, you can get everything. Okay, so this is the record, body weight and feed consumption log for broilers. Okay, so this is the age of the bed. This is day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, like that. Then this is date, the date of arrival, the second date, the third date, like that. Then body weight, required body weight. Now this weight I got it from the ROS 308 production objective. That is where I got this weight from. So at day 1, this is supposed to be their weight. Don't forget to weigh your DOC when they arrive on the farm. This is supposed to be the weight. If the weight is reduced, then there is a problem. These days, if you're in Nigeria, most of the suppliers supplying broilers, if you're not careful, they will supply you white cockerel. So from the weight, you can actually know if it's white cockerel or if it's broilers, right? So the weight should be 57 grams on the first day, 73 on the second day, and like that. So you should have something close to this weight, because it's a theoretical weight. So you should have something close to this as your actual weight. So on that day, they are going to weigh the bed and record it on the day of arrival. Okay, they'll record it here. Then after that, they'll be checking the weight of the beds every 7 days. That is why I make this box thicker. So on this day, there need to be a record here. You can check on any other day for reference purpose if you want to make reference to anything concerning their weight. But on this day, it should be checked and recorded. The average should be recorded here. Then the required daily feed intake per bed. I also got this value from that document. So you understand. So this is each bed need 12 grams a day. Each of the bed needs 12 grams a day. Okay, so if you are rearing 500 beds, the beds needs on day 1, the bed needs 12 grams times 500. Then you get the actual quantity of feed that you're supposed to give them on that day. Okay, now mortality. This is where I record mortality. I use 2 brand of beds, the Zatec and the Agritech. The Zatec is for COB 500, while the Agritech is ROS 308. So if on the day of arrival, they will record we know the total number of beds, which will be recorded somewhere. You understand? Sometimes they will be recorded here. Then if one dies, they will be writing it here, right? So on day one, if we lose two will be recorded here. Then the aggregate, if we lose one, for example, one will be recorded here. Then the total number now will be the initial number that came to you minus the ones that died. So this number will be reducing as the mortality increases. The total number of birds left will be reducing. Okay, you can see the heading here: total number of birds to feed, birds left on the farm after mortality. So the total number of birds here will be reducing if the mortality is increasing. The total number of birds will be reducing. So if, for example, I started with 500 birds, and on day 15, for example, I lost, let's say, I lost like 7 birds. So the total number of birds will now be 500 minus 7, right? Which will give us 493, right? So the feed you will give them on that day will be 71 grams times 493. Then you get the total number of feed to give them on that day. That is how I do it. That is how I get the actual number of feed to give my birds. Okay. So okay, so that is what is explained here. Actual daily feed given in grams, which is the required daily feed intake per bird, which is this portion here, which is E. You can see the formula here, which is E times the total number of birds to feed. So as the total number of birds to feed reduces, you get the calculation from here, right? So E times H will give you I, which is the quantity of food to feed them every day. Then the total number of birds sold. As they begin to sell my bird from the farm, they begin to record it here. So as they subtract the total mortality, they also subtract the total birds sold. So the total quantity of birds will be coming down, will be decreasing, right? And it's easy for me to check whenever I get the report from the farm. Okay, so this is page 1, and this is page 2 of that same document. Page 1 ended in day 31, and the page 2 starts from day 32 and continues like that till day 56. So I keep my birds for 6 to 7 weeks, but sometimes it could get to 8 weeks. That is why I stopped at day 56. Okay, so let's get back to the brooding document. Okay. Okay, so the number 5 instructions has been explained, and I've also shown you the chick performance table. Okay, then a multivitamin should be added to the brooding chicks water always, and the dosage should be according to the prescription of the drug manufacturer. I've had several people on the comment section asking me what is the dose for the multivitamin, what is the dose for coccidiostat, and dose of most antibiotics like that. My advice for you is use the prescription of the manufacturer. All the drugs have the dosage on the pack, on their packs. So use the dosage on their pack. If they recommend that drug for 3 days, you use them for 3 days. If it is recommended for 5 days, use them for 5 days. That is why this is like this. Also, that is the instruction I gave to my workers. So any drug they get, any antibiotics they get, they use the dosage on the pack. So I don't have any document telling my workers the dosage they should use. They always follow the dosage that is written on the pack of the drug. Okay. Then instruction number 7 is, in case you have weak chicks, they should be separated and put inside a sick bay for observation and treatment. I have a small cage that I use for my sick bay. So in case anyone is sick, they should be that sick one should be separated immediately. Okay. So that is for the brooding. This is the procedure I use on my farm when it comes to brooding. So you can learn from this. Then this other instruction here is for entering the house. So it's also applicable to brooding. Before they enter the house, they should have all PPE worn, and the PPE should be disinfected. They should wear rubber gloves. I provide rubber gloves, disposable gloves for my workers. Hairnet. They started with hairnet, but later they've stopped hairnet. So I'm going to revise this document, right? Then a rubber boot, which is also compulsory. Coverall, which is compulsory. Foot dip is also compulsory. Then look at this instruction: visitors shall not be allowed close to or into the poultry cages. So there is a line, there is a demarcation in my farm where, just like a rope that I stretched across the farm, and I told them nobody should go across that rope. Okay, so that is that. Okay, but we're interested in the brooding, right? Then also for vaccination during brooding, this is my instruction for vaccination. The manager shall ensure that the vaccination is done according to the vaccination schedule provided by the bed's supplier. So this is vaccination schedule provided by my bed supplier. I'll show it to you. Okay, so this is the vaccination schedule that I use on my farm. I've made a video concerning this before. So vaccination should be done according to the schedule. I am not a vet doctor, so I'm not giving them the dosage and the description and whatever of how to do the vaccination. So they should follow that schedule for the vaccination. Okay. So guys, that is how I do brooding on my farm. Okay. In case you find this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to hit the notification icon, and the comment section. I love comments. I respond to them immediately. So do well to leave a comment in the comment section, and give me a like. If you find this video helpful, give me a like so that the YouTube algorithm can push it to other people. Okay, now in case you have any question concerning any video you want me to make, leave it in the comment section. Let's make the comment section as interactive as possible. Okay, so this is Oche from Broiler Farms. Peace. I am out.